What are the leading indicators when it comes to the real estate market? Today I'm going to tell you about it. Hey, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. Welcome back to our vlog. So before we talk about today's topic, what are the leading indicators when it comes to assessing the real estate market? Reminder, if you're a home seller, check out our free home value report. And if you're looking to purchase a home, we have our free MLS search tool for properties all over Southern California. Well, it seems like almost like on a daily basis, I constantly get asked, Scott, how's the market? Scott, what's going on with the real estate market? Scott, what's going on today that I need to know as a buyer or a seller in today's market? So it's kind of like going to a doctor's office, right? When the doctor needs to figure out what's going on with yourself, they're trying to assess you. You know, they'll take your temperature, your blood pressure, and they'll make sure that you get weighed, right? So that way they can get a general idea of what's going on with you. And for us as real estate agents, it's very similar. There's a few indicating factors that we always kind of like to look at that kind of helps determine where the market is actually heading. So the number one indicator really comes down to inventory, right? And I want you to take a moment and view inventory as the months of inventory or the months of homes that's actually available on the market, because that's how we really view inventory. So picture it like this. Imagine a faucet just opens up and it's just spewing out houses on the market, right? And then if you turn off that spigot, turn off the faucet, you know, how long will it take for all the homes to sell, right? So in a normal market, normal healthy market, you would have about 6 months of inventory on the market. So what does that mean? That would mean that if no new homes come on the market, you would have 6 months until all the homes have sold and you have no more inventory left. Well, picture this. Earlier this year, in most of LA County, you had under a month's supply of inventory on the market, which meant that if no new homes came on the market, you were looking at selling all the homes on the market in less than 30 days. And that's a really good indicator of what's actually transpiring in the marketplace. So that's just one of the reasons why, if you look at it, that you're having a lot of multiple offers, a lot of properties sell for over the list price, was because of the fact that there was so little inventory on the market. Now, what about list to sales price? All right, so let me give you a great example, right? So list to sales price. Let's just say you take $1 million home and it sells for $900,000. So that would be your list to sales price would be 90%. That's kind of low, especially in today's marketplace. Normally, you would like to see a list to sales price in the high 90s. Well, earlier this year, you were seeing it over 100%, which means that all the homes were pretty much selling on average above 100% above the list price. And again, that's a great indicator showcasing you why, with very little inventory and the prices selling above the list price, that you are having bidding wars and prices selling for a top dollar and setting new record prices day after day. So those are the top two indicators. Last and finally, there's days on the market. And that's kind of a little bit of an obvious one, isn't it, right? I mean, so you want to be looking like, how long does it take in Los Angeles to sell a home? Is it 30 days? Is it 60 days? Is it less than 30 days? Well, what we saw earlier this year in most neighborhoods, especially in the San Fernando Valley, you were looking between 2 to 3 weeks on average to be able to sell a home. And that was actually in record time. Now, while that number has increased just a bit, you're still seeing record low times to be able to sell a house in Southern California. So again, you can see why you would really want to be able to keep track of days on market when it comes to be able to pricing, as well as to be able to having your market strategy. So speaking of which, if you're interested in selling your home, give us a call today. We can put together a detailed market strategy if you'd be able to net as much money as possible for your house. And as well as if you're looking to buy a house, reach out to us so we can show you how we, one, get our offers accepted, but make sure you have the information that's necessary for you as a buyer so you can make the best informed decision. As always, you can call or text me 818-396-3311. That's 818-396-3311. And thanks again for watching our vlog.